Hey, how you doing there? Henry Olsen here from Super Simple Guitar, and in today's video I have a new segment that I'm going to be calling True Stories. So I'm basically going to be featuring true stories from my life as a guitar player or when I started playing guitar, just different stories that I have or experiences that I've had as a musician. And I'm going to tell you these true stories and hopefully inspire and motivate you to just continue on your path, okay? Okay, so if you like this new segment that I'm going to be doing every once in a while called True Stories, then let me know in the comments so that I know that this is something that you guys are even interested in watching and listening to. Okay, before we get into our first true story, let's go make a quick cup of coffee. All right, let's get right into it. So in today's first true story, and please let me know whether you're interested in these stories so I know whether to continue or not in the comment section, I'm going to be telling you about how I got my first gig as a wedding guitar player, okay? So I was struggling. I didn't know how to become a professional guitar player. I only knew that the only way to make money is by playing wedding gigs, okay? Because I had done the whole rock guitar thing, playing in a band, going to rehearsals. Then I played at motorcycle festivals quite a bit. I think for 2 years I played at motorcycle festivals, but not many gigs, maybe 6-7 gigs a year if we were lucky. And then you would make basically peanuts, okay? You wouldn't earn anything. So I had figured that the only way to actually earn anything as a guitar player is to play in wedding bands, right? So I decided, okay, I'm gonna play in a wedding band and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to become a professional guitar player. And the reason I wanted to become a professional guitar player was because there was such a passion for playing the guitar within me. And I could really feel that this is something that I'm destined to do. You know, anytime I'd be doing another kind of job, I felt like it was taking me away from the thing that I'm actually supposed to be doing. You know, kind of like a destiny thing, I guess you could say. Any job that I was at, I was just waiting to get home to play guitar because there was just something there, right? So I was ready to do whatever it takes to continue just being a guitar player and developing that whatever it was, that calling within me, right? So I decided the only way to become a professional and actually earn money, and the reason I needed to earn money was so that I could just continue to play, because every job that I would take just sucked all the time out of my day, and there was no more time for guitar, you know, and it was kind of killing that fire, you know. I'm sure many of you guys can relate. So anyway, I decided I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it whatever it takes, even if I have to take the commercial route, you know. And a lot of people, a lot of you guys watching, if you want to go pro, you're going to have to do commercial things before you can kind of fine tune into the thing that you enjoy doing, okay? Not that I didn't enjoy it a lot of the times, but, you know, taking commercial gigs isn't really something that any guitar player looks forward to. We want to be rock stars. We want to record our own music, right? We want to play cool licks and riffs, right? We don't want to play for weddings. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. Anyways, that's what I decided to do. I was going to do whatever it takes. And then I saw that there were different people looking for guitar players. And I wrote to a few of them. And all of the ones that I wrote to, in their job description, it said that they're looking for a guitar player, right? And there weren't many of them. There were only a few. And then there was this one guy that sent me this huge list of songs that I have to learn, and it didn't work out with that guy. But then there was this other guy looking for a guitar player, and he was looking for a guitar player that can sing, right? So I can't sing. No matter what you do, I cannot sing, okay? And here's a tip for you guys and girls who want to be guitar players. Being able to sing is an incredibly valuable asset if you want to go to the professional level. Because a guitar player who can't sing is just kind of like, you're not worth close to what somebody who is just a good guitar player who can sing is worth, okay? You can have all the chops down, but if you can't sing, just somebody who's good at chords and can sing well is going to get the job, okay? So if you can, definitely develop your voice. La 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 la. But in my case, I tried. It was really difficult. I just can't sing no matter what I do. It just sounds terrible. So there was this guy, and he was looking for a guitar player that can sing. Everything else looked great. He had a lot of gigs. You know, I could see that he's playing a lot of gigs. It was in the description. I could play all the songs, or I knew that I could learn the songs that I couldn't play yet. But I couldn't sing. So my first instinct and reaction was to just not write to him. You know, just say, okay, I can play guitar, but I can't sing. I don't fit this role, right? And my friend, my band member, and this is the lesson from this story, because I want to give you guys lessons within each kind of story that I tell, right? So the lesson is, I was driving with this bass player, Walter, to a rehearsal, because I was still in the rock band at this time. I had to quit the rock band once I joined the wedding band. But anyway, we were going to the rehearsal, and I told him about this opportunity. And he said, and this is the big tip here, thank you, Walter, you kind of saved me. The tip was that it doesn't matter whether you can sing or not, just try to write to this guy, right? Because I had just closed the door on an opportunity because I didn't fulfill that 100%, okay? So I took his advice and I wrote to this guy who was looking for a guitar player who can sing. And he invited me down to his studio to come kind of try out for the wedding gig, right? So I was pretty surprised because I had kind of closed the door on this opportunity. Mentally, I closed the door. I thought, okay, I don't fit the qualifications. I'm not going to even try, okay? This is the big tip. Always try, even if you don't fit the qualifications 100%. So I drove down there. It was a 3-hour drive. You know, I drove down there. And it turns out that he had lost his guitar player. His guitar player quit. And he needed a guitar player really quickly. Because the wedding that was coming up in a week or two, there was a guy who wanted to sit in with the band and play 3 songs with the band. Okay? And that guy wanted to rehearse with his guitar player. So I drove down to this 3-hour drive to the guy's studio, and the groom was actually there too, okay? Because the boss of the band needed a guitar player really, really quickly, right? And then that's why he said, all right, just come down. So I drove down, the groom was there, we rehearsed the songs, it was 3 songs. Great, right? So the guy decided, okay, he's gonna book the band, or he already booked the band, but okay, we're gonna play the song live and everything. And that's how I got the gig, right? He said, okay, I need you for this gig in 2 weeks. You're in, right? So, you know, destiny also has a way of kind of jumping in and helping you. Because without that groom who wanted to sit in, the boss of the band would have taken his time and probably searched for a guitar player longer who could sing. But since he needed a guitar player really quickly, and I was the guy, he said, all right, you're a good player, you're a nice guy. That's a huge tip too. It's really, really valuable to just be a good person in general, you know, because people want to work with people who they get along with, right? If you're an amazing player, but you're not fun to be around and you're just a big egomaniac, then nobody's going to want to hang out with you, right? So lots of times, if you're a good player and you're a nice guy, you're going to be much more valuable than somebody who's a really great player but nobody wants to be around, okay? So that's a big tip too, okay? So anyways, the point of the story is that I wasn't 100% qualified for the gig, but because I just tried anyway, which was Walter's tip, thank you again, Walter, my friend Walter, the bass player, just try anyway. And you never know what can happen. There are circumstances, if you are going in the direction that you're meant to be going, then doors will just open for you. You know, I can only say it like that. If you just lean into something that you are, I'd say, destined to do, doors will open, okay? And in weird ways. Like I said, this groom wanted to play with the band. He needed a guitar player right away. I sent the email, drove down there, and that's how I got the gig, you know? So whether or not you believe in kind of destiny or whatever, I can definitely say in my life, anytime I'm going where I feel it's the right direction, doors do open and circumstances do appear and opportunities do arrive. Okay, so that's my first little true story for you. I hope that this story has inspired you a little bit. No matter what it is that you want to do, whether it's a professional guitar player or change your job or whatever, if you just lean into it, and even if the fit isn't 100%, if you just lean into it and just knock on every door you can, then things will happen, positive things will happen, okay? So that's my little true story number 1. There's going to be more of these. If you guys like them, let me know in the comments. And that's about that. I hope you enjoyed this short little story. I hope it has somehow inspired you. And I'll be back with more lessons very soon. All right, see you later. Henry Olsen here. Bye-bye. Hey, how you doing there? Henry Olsen here. And today I'm going to be adding a new, and it's kind of a weird path. I don't know anybody else who actually does what I do. I decided for some reason today while I was running to talk about this. There was this one guy who I wrote to, actually who I didn't write to, because la 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 la. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera.